Now anybody that knows anything about these transmissions knows that this is like, bruh, that's not even a quarter of a quart, and these things take about like what, 2.5, 2 quarts. That was definitely the problem. Guaranteed that was the problem. So this trans, I know this shit is, it's just trash now. Know that. What is going on YouTube? So today I have something a little bit different on the channel. Yeah, this is a little bit different, but it is in the cord and we are doing a transmission swap in it. So originally it's one of my old bass friends. So if you followed my channel long enough, you know I used to have a HHR with a wall in it, and back then I used to attend a lot of the bass shows and I used to always hang out with this guy and stuff. So it's one of my old bass head friends, but he's got a system in this 91 or 90 Accord, and it's really cool. I'll show you that in just a second. This is gonna be pretty much what you would do if if you need to swap your transmission in a pretty much 90 to 97 Accord. You can do this same procedure in 9801, but they do require you to remove the subframe, and I just don't do that. I just take the whole engine out of the top so that I can work on it and put it back. But I'm sure people will argue that it's easier just to do the subframe. It's your, like, you know, you're doing the job, so however you feel most comfortable doing it, do that. But luckily with this model, we can take the transmission out without removing the subframe, just the radius rod, and yeah, swap it out, put the new clutch in, and we should have my guy back on the highway in no time. So this is his Accord. It is a 90-91 body style. You can tell because it's got the like the square lights instead of like what I call the bananas, which roll into the grill more. But yeah, I just noticed that he actually has the fog lights in this one. That's pretty damn neat. But this guy is really good at lighting. He does a lot with headlights, like the oracles and the switching colors and all of that stuff. So I'll just post his information in the description if any of y'all are interested in this type of stuff. But these headlights do all kind of stuff. I don't know if I can get it to work because I don't know how it works. But hey guys, see, it's got the projectors in it, retrofitted. All of this stuff is like custom in the headlight. Like he had to take these apart to put those in. Like he's really a genius, but man, this much wiring really scares me. Like this is a lot of wires going on. But yeah, he's got the projectors retrofitted. He's got the JDM markers, but he's got like an LED strip in those. I don't know if y'all can see that on camera, but yeah, it's actually got an LED strip inside of those. Big bass guy, so you got your 0 gauge runs, your big 3 upgrades for the alternator, show you what's in the inside, and cut these lights off. But yeah, again, it's a big bass guy, so we've got 3 batteries in here, some amps, nice rear deck setup. It's got a, I won't say it was a nightshade, 12 in the trunk. But yeah, definitely he doesn't care about speed with this car at all. He's just about the audio and stuff, and so we're just going back with another stock transmission, completely bone stock F22 in here. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty simple. We're just gonna drop this trans out, swap it for a new one, put the new clutch in, and yeah, get my guy back on his way. All right, guys, so once you break this ball joint loose, you definitely want to catch the, you want to go ahead and catch the transmission fluid now, because when you pop that axle out, it's gonna go everywhere and you're gonna have yourself a mess. So all you gotta do, there's a drain plug right here at the bottom of the trans, and you just gotta pull that plug out. Drain plug just takes a normal 3/8 ratchet. You'll see it on your trans, it's like right at the bottom. It's got the 3/8 ratchet, like square on it. And you just hook onto it, break that loose. Let's see if this thing has any trans fluid in it. That's what the problem was. This transmission cooked itself. That's not even a quarter of a quart. And these things take about like what, 2 quarts. That was definitely the problem. Guaranteed that was the problem. So this trans, I know this shit it's just trash now. Know that. But yeah, we're gonna get her out, get it replaced, and get this thing back on the road. All right, boys, so underneath the car here, I don't have any room to really work and show you, but this is all that's left under here that you have to do. So right here, if I can get my hand with a light, this unit right here is what they call the half shaft, and it's held on by 3 14mm bolts. You have one here, there's one like right above it up there, and then there's one on this front side up top as well. Remove those 3 and you can slide this whole thing right out of the transmission. It's not clamped in or anything, it's just slid into the trans. So once you take those 3 out, that'll slide out. So we got that out the way. Now what we got to focus on is this cross brace right here that runs up to the front. There is 2 14mm bolts back here, and there should be 3 14mm bolts up here. Move that out of the way, and then you got to focus on the rear T-bracket, which is this little black thing right here. That's held to the trans as well as the engine. I want to say it's about 4 17mm bolts that attach it to the trans, so you got to get all of those off. Where in the fuck did your ass come from, huh? It ain't summer yet, it ain't spring yet, boy. It ain't even spring yet, but you did though. What is going on, YouTube? So, I think the last clip we left off, I was getting everything under the car, took off, which I did finish. I finished getting everything under the car done, and I actually even started on the top. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I dislike this car already because of this. This is a mess of wiring, and I do not like dealing with this much wires, and especially when it's not factory. So it was just like zip tied to everything, and it was just a pain to move out of the way. So you know, it kind of just irked my nerves, and that's kind of why I ended up stopping on it the other day. But we're gonna continue it today. So, okay, got the light on, and basically what we have to do up here, I've already got the battery box removed, which you can't even tell where it was at. There's so many wires here, but basically all this stuff is kind of just all out to the side, and the battery box, which is sitting over here now, was just tucked down in there. Off gate, I'm never gonna be able to get this back in here like he had it. So what I'm gonna do is, when I do get ready to put the tray and stuff back, I'm just gonna fold everything over, get the tray in there, get the battery in there, and just leave everything else around it just loose. And I guess like he can come back in and zip tie everything back up kind of to his liking, so to speak. But these audio cars sometimes can get a little bit messy, and you can see like the run of 0 gauge going to the alternator, like, and that's just, it's extremely close to the header. Definitely not a good thing, but he did put some heat protection up on here. So Anyway, we're not going down that road. We're gonna just jump into what we got to do up top, which is basically we got to take the starter off. We got to disconnect the clutch line, which it connects right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but right there, just disconnect that banjo, and we're gonna leave the entire line hooked to the transmission. All right, so after wrestling with it a little bit, I finally got it out. Another thing I forgot about on these CB7s is this ugly mofo right here. So this is the speed sensor for these cars, and as I suspected, it is broken right there. So yeah, he was having an issue where the speedometer would work sometimes and then sometimes it wouldn't. And I had a feeling that that tab had broke off, which you can see the tab isn't even holding it anymore. And yeah, that's why the speedometer is jumping around on him. So I don't know if he's gonna get a new one or not, but the trans I bought actually came with a speed sensor, but this is the newer style and it doesn't have those lines on it. So I'm gonna look into seeing if I can retrofit the other speed sensor since it's already in there, just try to get that to work on this car. I'm not sure if I can do that or not, but if I can, that'd be a plus, and I could just loop these hoses for that, for the power steering, and we won't have to worry about that, because that's another headache, because every time you take a trans out, you're opening up the power steering lines, so you have to fill those back up as well as everything else. So it's just added work, man, that you shouldn't really have to do, but Honda was really trying to be innovative, so. All right, guys, so today's Friday, and you'll be watching this entire setup Saturday, so hoping that this thing comes together pretty damn good. I'm hoping, but we did have a bunch of issues doing this transmission swap along the way, and I will go over a lot of that, well, pretty much all of that stuff as we close this video out. But today's Friday, and I'm hoping that we can go ahead and finish this car off finally. The owner, I did tell him that I would be able to finish it by today, but I think he may end up just picking it up tomorrow, because it may take me a little bit into the night to finish it, probably till like around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. It's about 5 now, because I do have to extend the wires for the speed sensor. His speed sensor was broke, so we used the one from the newer Accord, and the newer Accord's plug is like directly on top of the speed sensor, so it's not far enough, it doesn't reach far enough for the factory wiring to get it. So I'm just gonna cut the wires, solder in a plug, or solder, yeah, I'll probably just cut a plug off one of these harnesses I got hanging up and just solder that in to give it a longer length of wire, and that should be good. And then we had to drill and tap 2 bolts on the transmission. I didn't know this. I knew the mounts were a little different, but I always thought that every hole was already pre-threaded on these transmissions. So I learned that to be new to me that time. But there are holes there for the bolts, but there's no threads. So we had to drill them out a little bit and then tap them. So we got that done. My brother Jeff came through last night, and he really helped me out a lot. He did that. I'm gonna go ahead now and throw the starter back in. Last night we also got the axles, both sides back in, ball joints back in place at the bottom. Everything's tight, so it's pretty much good to go on the ground. But we also leveled the car out to add transmission fluid, and that's kind of where I stopped at about 9:30. I pumped 1 shot of transmission fluid in, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I'll just finish it today. So yeah, we're gonna start by topping this thing off with trans fluid, and then get that starter back in, and yeah, I think that'll be about it. Get this in. All right, guys, so I think I've got this shit figured out. I'll jump in here. I haven't tested it with my foot yet, but let's see. Oh yeah, it feels a lot better. Let's see how she's gonna act. Oh shit, I got it in gear, watch. Yes sir. Think we got ourselves some action here, guys. Probably get everything cleaned up and see if I can take this thing up the street right quick just to check it out, and then yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, boys, we are back from the test drive. Everything went normal, everything is smooth. These tires suck, I just told the owner that. But yeah, man, this car drives absolutely great. No grinds. I didn't beat on it, but just rode through the gears. Everything feels amazing. The clutch feels 10 times better now that I adjusted it, so that's a good thing. Brought it back, topped it back off with power steering fluid. We're looking good there. And yeah, guys, this thing is pretty much a wrap. I just talked to the owner, and he wants to pick it up first thing in the morning, so I guess that'll work. But anyway, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this video. If you made it this far, you are an Accord boy, and for that reason, I am giving away a set of Maxpeedingrods coilovers this weekend. So what you need to do right now is comment down below your year, type of Accord, like is it 2-door, 4-door, stuff like that. Just comment down below, and I'm gonna put everybody that comments name into the randomizer thing, and we're gonna pick a winner, and I'm gonna send you a set out. So with that being said, only do it if you have 1990 to 2001 Honda Accord. If you have like newer Accords, this ain't including you, sorry, but this is for the OG boys. So if you have that generation, leave a comment down below. If you're chosen, you win your set of coilovers. So yeah, I will catch y'all next time. Remember, respect our bills, smack that like button for me. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.